This oil is wrecking your recovery and no one's talking about it. It's in your salad, it's in your healthy hummus, it's even from places like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. If you've got long COVID, MCAS, or mystery symptoms that won't go away, you gotta get this one out. Hello and welcome. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome too. I'm Carrie Bailey, your no BS, soul-aligned functional nutritionist. And if your body's been whispering, something's not right, and no one's giving you real answers, you're not crazy. I'm here to show you how your body truly works, uncover the root causes most practitioners miss, and help you reclaim the energy, clarity, and power that has always been yours. I've been building something really special that I wish I had when I was healing. It's called Phenotique. It's an app built for people with sensitive, symptom-prone bodies like yours and mine. You'll get daily guidance, gentle coaching, and food as medicine steps that actually work. It's almost ready, and you can get early access right now at phenotique.com. I'll put a link in the description. So go ahead, sign up, and see what I've been creating. You're eating clean, but this one oil still sneaks in. You're trying, you're getting out gluten and dairy and maybe even caffeine, but you go out to eat, you grab a salad, and boom, canola oil. It's cheap, it's everywhere, and it's even in stores that look health conscious. Whole Foods uses it in their hot bar and in their salad dressings. Trader Joe's uses canola in their hummus, chips, even veggie burgers. It doesn't matter where you got it, always read the label. And also labels change, so it's really important to know where your food's coming from. Restaurants, unless you ask, there's a 99% chance that it's canola oil or soybean oil in their kitchen. So you have to ask the question, what kind of oils do you use? And if you're going dairy-free and you decide to choose oat milk, great. But if you choose Oatly brand, read the label, as it contains rapeseed oil, which is canola oil. Let's talk about what canola oil does in the body. Canola oil slows detoxification. It triggers your nerves and fuels flares. Canola oil might seem harmless on the surface, but it's actually one of the most disruptive fats that your body can encounter, especially if you're already dealing with a viral load, MCAS, or mystery inflammation. So here's why. Canola oil contains a chemical compounds that are abrasive to the liver. It weakens your liver cells, slows the detox pathways. It doesn't just flush out overnight. Even after you stop eating it, it can take months to clear from your body. It gums up your bile, which helps you break down fats. It stalls your liver and makes it harder for you to break down fats and absorb nutrients or move toxins out. It gums up bile, it stalls your liver, and it makes it hard to break down fats. That's what your bile does. It makes it also hard to absorb nutrients or move toxins out. That alone creates the perfect storm for more flares. And it doesn't stop there. Canola oil is inflammatory, it's an immune disruptive, and it's abrasive to your entire system. It irritates the linings of the gut, the veins, the arteries, bladder, kidney, and even the reproductive tract. You name it. If it's lined with delicate tissue, canola oil can wear it down. And because it's so immune disruptive, it actually helps pathogens stay alive. It can feed Streptococcus, E. coli, and other unproductive bacteria, creating a kind of oily barrier around them. And that barrier can let bacteria linger, reproduce, and inflame your gut lining over time. This is especially important for people that have IBS or other gut issues. And even worse, canola oil is often genetically modified, but even the non-GMO versions cause trouble. They still trigger inflammation, immune confusion, and especially when they're consumed regularly. So when someone with long COVID, MCAS, or chronic symptoms eats canola oil, whether it's in a salad dressing or a restaurant meal, what happens? They get brain fog that won't lift, anxiety, or a wired energy that comes out of nowhere, tingling, or these weird nerve zaps that they can feel in your head and anywhere in your body. They're just completely random. You might feel fatigue after you eat a meal and just completely crash. Or you might feel these weird symptoms rebound, like you just can't explain, almost like a hangover feeling. And it all starts from one ingredient that no one's talking about. Here's something most people don't know about canola oil. Canola oil didn't start out as a food. It started out as a machine lubricant. Gross, right? The plant it comes from is called rapeseed, and for decades it was used for industrial purposes, not eating. The problem? Rapeseed contains a compound called erucic acid, which in large amounts is toxic and damaging to the heart. So, in the 1970s, scientists in Canada genetically modified the plant to lower the erucic acid content, and they renamed it canola, which is short for Canadian oil low acid. Sounds cleaner, right? But the oil still comes from a plant that was never meant to be part of the human diet. And to make it edible and shelf stable, it goes through a multi-step chemical process. Here's what that looks like. First of all, it's heated at very high temperatures, and this alone creates damage. It creates oxidation in the body. Then it's extracted with a chemical called hexane. This is a petroleum-based solvent. Ew, who wants that in their body? And then it's bleached to remove the grayish color. And finally, deodorized, because without it, it stinks. No one would eat it or drink it or use it. It is horrible. It smells like rancid fat. And even if it says organic, expeller process, it's still a heavily processed oil from a plant that your body doesn't recognize as food. And especially if you have a sensitive nervous system, sluggish liver, viral debris in your bloodstream. This kind of oil just slows everything down and adds fuel to the fire. It gums up bile. It traps toxins. It literally creates internal fog. So no, it's not about good fat versus bad fat. It's about whether your body can even deal with the compounds in this oil when it's already trying to clean house. So what does this actually look like in real life? Well, most people dealing with long COVID, MCAS, or mystery symptoms, canola oil doesn't cause a dramatic reaction, believe it or not. It's not like you eat it and you fall over. It's subtle but consistent. So here's what I see over and over again in my clients when canola oil is part of the picture. Brain fog that won't lift, even when you have a super clean diet and you get good sleep and you're doing all the things right. You might have tingling in your face, in your hands, in your feet that comes without any kind of pattern, out of nowhere. You might have shaky, ungrounded energy, feeling like your body just can't settle. You might have sudden fatigue after eating out, especially, and you're like, I thought I ordered something clean, and then you get this fatigue. You might have mood crashes or anxieties that spike that seem random. Liver tenderness. So if you look, this is your sternum, this is where your ribs meet, right? And if you follow that right rib down and keep your fingers underneath it, that is your liver. Your liver runs from the middle all the way down the side. And if that, when you touch it, if it feels tender or if there's any kind of bloating after you eat out at a restaurant, you'll know you probably got canolaed. If you are feeling spacey or detached, especially the next morning, think about like a hangover. Like when you have a bunch of alcohol, the next day you feel like crap. It's kind of a similar sensation or feeling for people with long COVID and MCAS. They ate something yesterday, it did not agree with them, but they don't experience the sensation until the next day. It's kind of a silent one, it goes in silently. So most people have no idea it's connected to what they ate the day before. But once we pull out the canola oil, I've seen clients go from stalled to moving forward again, just from removing this one oil. Ordering a salad to be healthy, you might be making things worse. Let's talk about that classic move. You're like, go out to eat and you're like, okay, I'll just pick a salad. That sounds safe. So you order a salad, but the dressing is loaded with vinegar, which I'll touch on in a bit, but also a big hit of either canola oil or soybean oil. But the label of the name of the dressing might say balsamic vinaigrette. Sounds clean, right? Sounds light and healthy until you break it down, until you read the actual ingredients in the bottle or ask the restaurant what's in this. So even apple cider vinegar can backfire when your nerves are fried. So if you're sensitive with nerve sensitivity, viral flares, vinegar can be too aggressive. It dehydrates your tissues, it overstimulates digestion, and doesn't play nice with the already stressed system. You know, when you think about what you pickle with vinegar, right? And the same thing with, even if it's apple cider vinegar, right? It seems like the cleanest one. It's raw, it's unfiltered, it's organic. It sounds really good. And I used to do it. I used to drink the apple cider vinegar in the morning on an empty stomach, and it wrecked me. So you don't need to go oil-free. You just need to go smart. So I'm not telling you to ditch all of your oils, but we want to focus on the ones that are gentle and anti-inflammatory, especially during healing. If you go to clean out your pantry or your refrigerator and you read all the labels and notice that there's any canola oil in there and you want to get a substitute, that's what I'm going to talk about. So read your condiments, read everything in your pantry, read everything in your refrigerator, and make sure that there is no soybean oil or canola oil. You want to swap those out for cold pressed olive oil. You want this olive oil to be in glass, ideally. You want it to be in a dark bottle and just a small bottle. You don't want the Costco size bottle of olive oil, right? It goes bad. You want the smallest amount and buy it more frequently. I love using, instead of an oil on a salad, for instance, I love to use a fresh avocado. Make your own dressing or just chop up an avocado. It gives you that creaminess that you might get from a creamy dressing. And avocado oil is also another great, safe dressing. Those are really two the best for dressings. The other oil I like is coconut oil, but obviously coconut oil, when it's unrefined, it's saturated, so it's going to be thicker at room temperature. So unless you live in Hawaii, it's not going to be liquidy. You want to use dressings that you make yourself, or ask a restaurant, what oil do you use? Or if the worst case, if they just have an olive oil, just ask for an olive oil and ask for some lemon to squeeze onto your salad. That's one of my pro tips for eating out. This one shift can stop mystery flares cold. So I've had clients reduce brain fog, lessen tingling, and even sleep better within days of removing canola oil, even though it takes months to remove. It's not a magic pill, but it's often a hidden blocker that keeps people stuck, especially when you're doing everything else right. If this video opened your eyes or gave you something new to try, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's still struggling. If you want early access to Phenotique, the healing app that I poured my heart into, go to the link right here on the end screen and get on the list. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.